In 2016, we've just seen a dramatic increase in the number of anti-trans bills in states across the country.
Anti-trans bills are so incredibly dangerous. They're dangerous for the individuals who are directly impacted. They're dangerous for the people who love and care about trans people and communities. And if these bills pass, what's next?
As these anti-trans campaigns rolled out across the country, Transgender Law Center partnered with the Trans Justice Funding Project to launch this National Training Institute, which had three main goals. One, to provide opportunities for transgender nonconforming leaders from states facing these attacks to share resources, to build community with each other and share strategies. Two, for leaders on the ground to get access to support, resources, and training. And the third was to really claim space as transgender nonconforming leaders in this movement as these campaigns roll out that are really clearly targeting our communities.
Currently this year, there's roughly 100 anti-LGBTQ bills across the entire United States. The HRC has listed Oklahoma 27 bills as the slate of hate. That's a pretty big number for such a small state.
Hi, my name is Mickey. I live in Richmond, Virginia, and I work for an organization called Southerners on New Ground, or SONG. And right now we're doing an anti-profiling campaign around anti-discrimination for people of color, for LGBT people, or anybody who is experiencing discrimination. And in our General Assembly right now, there are a lot of anti-transgender and LGBT laws that are trying to be pushed out.
Some of the experiences I've had in Missouri as a trans student is I went to the school and the admin, and I had asked for permission to use the women's restroom, and they had given me permission to go in there because that was my legal right. And some students got their parents and lawyers involved, and they organized a mass protest against me. And I think that really opened my eyes as to how big the bathroom bills issue is in states all over the country.
So this training institute I loved. Definitely learning a lot more about organizing and how to sharpen my organizing skills.
I learned so much. I have definitely incredible new organizational strategies, base building strategies, learning about legal strategies, things that I had never learned before. Right now in Virginia, we are facing anti-trans bathroom bills. There's also the birth certificate bill, which is stating that a birth certificate cannot be amended unless there was a typographical error originally on the birth certificate.
This bill that this guy is proposing, it would allow transgender students to play in the sports activities that match their gender identity. However, it would require them to only use the locker rooms that match their birth certificate gender.
Like one of the representatives had stated, he had said, the only way I will allow a transgender person to participate in the sport they identify with is if we get to see their genitalia.
I think for one, it's dehumanizing and degrading to break people down to their single most important issue being about bathrooms. But let's be honest, it's a big issue, and probably in the opposite way from the way the people that are proposing the bill are suggesting. Because the bills are proposed are saying that to be in a bathroom or a locker room, you have to go by what's on your birth sex. And of course, my question as an educator is always, what about intersex people who maybe have an undesignated sex on their birth certificates?
TJFP is really excited to be working in partnership with the Transgender Law Center because we know from talking to our grantees that none of us can afford to be complacent or to choose not to pay attention to anti-trans legislation.
I'm really, really proud of this training. It was never just about these bills that are coming down. It's about building a movement of trans and gender nonconforming leaders that can organize against these attacks and organize their communities when there are not attacks, because we know that isolation is our biggest enemy. And convening was directly fighting isolation.
I've built some amazing relationships with other trans people, and I'll definitely be taking that back with me.
This has been an amazing opportunity. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to meet activists from around the country. It just puts it in a bigger perspective that not only are transgender people being discriminated against across the country, but transgender people are standing up and being authentic and telling their stories.
We have all these struggles that we're faced with every day, and I'm looking forward to expanding our horizons and being able to get through these things that kind of derailing us from our ultimate goal, which is freedom.